Good morning, children. So today we are going to start a new chapter, sequence and series. So let us see the definition of sequence. A succession of numbers arranged in a definite order according to a certain given rule is called a sequence. Okay. The number occurring at the nth place of a sequence is called its nth term or the general term, and it is denoted by an. Clear? Things will get more clear when we'll see examples. Okay, right now I'm just reading out the definitions. A sequence is said to be finite or infinite according as the number of terms in it is finite or infinite respectively. So if a sequence has finite numbers, okay, finite terms, then we say that sequence is finite. If it has infinite terms, then we say it is a infinite sequence. Next, what do we understand by series? So by adding the terms of a sequence, we get a series. So series is nothing but the sum of the terms of a sequence. Okay. A series is said to be finite or infinite according as the number of terms in it is finite or infinite respectively. So same goes for the series also. In a series, if you have got finite terms, then the series is finite. If you have got infinite terms, then the series is infinite. Okay. Now let us see an example. Okay, so here example is write first 5 terms of the sequence given by the rule. Okay, an is equal to 2n plus 1 and obtain the corresponding series. So here we have got a sequence. Okay, and for each sequence, each term of that sequence, this is the rule. Okay, for when suppose you want to write the first term of the sequence, then in place of n you have to write 1. Okay, so a1 will be equal to 2 times 1 plus 1, that means 3. If you want to write the fourth term, then you have to write a4 equal to 2 into 4 plus 1. So that's how you will obtain the sequence. Okay, so here it's saying write first 5 terms of the sequence given by this rule. So solution is we have an equal to 2n plus 1. So this is the general rule. That means each term is defined by this rule. So putting n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successfully in this equation, okay, in this rule, we get a1 equal to 3, a2 5, a3 7, a4 9, a5 11. Okay, and the required sequence will be 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, so on. Okay, and the next term also will follow the same rule. Okay, and the corresponding series is only it's nothing but sum of these terms. So 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus so on. Okay, so I think definition of sequence and series is clear to you. Now let us move on to progressions. So what do we understand by progressions? So sequences following certain patterns are called progressions. So in class 10 we had already done AP and GP. Okay, so here also we are going to do the same thing. Okay, few things will be added to it. So first one is arithmetic progression, AP. Consider a sequence. So here we are trying to define arithmetic progression. So consider a sequence a1, a2, a3, a4 dash dash so on, such that you will find that a2 minus a1 is equal to a3 minus a2 is equal to a4 minus a3, and this will follow. That means a5 minus a4 and so on, and you'll find this will remain constant. Okay, so then the sequence is said to be an AP. So if you have got any sequence and you find that this is happening in that sequence, okay, for each term, okay, you can see that this is happening in the sequence, then you say that sequence is nothing but the sequence is in AP. Okay, and that difference that you have, the difference which is constant throughout, that difference is called common difference, and it is denoted by letter D. Okay, now before we move on to the questions, let us see how the nth term of an AP is defined. So nth term in AP is written as this: an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 d, where a1 is the first term, okay, d is the common difference, n is the term okay, the number which we are looking for, nth terms, so you have to put n over here. So suppose you want the fifth term, then you have to put a5, and here it will become a1 plus 5 minus 1 into d. Okay, and this is the general term from the beginning. Okay, so suppose you want to find the sixth term from the beginning, so you will follow this formula. Okay, nth term from end. Okay, so suppose you know that the sequence is finite. Okay, finite terms are there in the sequence. So let's say 20 terms are there, and you want the fifth term from the end. Okay, so you have to follow this formula. So first you have to, here formula is L minus n in bracket n minus 1 into d, where L is the last term of that sequence. That means L is nothing but the 20th term if you're considering that example. Okay, and this is the formula for the sum. Okay, sum of n terms in that AP. So Sn equal to a1 plus this is plus an, and the formula is Sn equal to n by 2 in bracket 2 times a1 plus in bracket n minus 1 into d. Or if you know the first term and the last term of that series that you're going to add, okay, so in that case what you have to do is n minus 2 in bracket a1 plus an. Okay, and sometimes in a question like we have to assume 3 numbers in AP. Okay, so 3 numbers in AP are assumed in this manner. Okay, so 3 numbers in AP are given as a minus d, comma a plus d, where d is nothing but common difference. Suppose you have to consider 4 numbers in AP, then this is how we consider a minus 3d, comma a minus d, comma a plus d, comma a plus 3d. Okay. Okay, here we are going to discuss some properties of AP. So let's say that A, B, C, D, okay, and so on are in AP. Okay, we have got these numbers which are in AP, and consider any constant k, okay, a fixed number k. Then in that case, if you add this k to each term, okay, if you add this k to each term of this AP, then the resulting sequence will be also in AP. That means a plus k, comma b plus k, comma c plus k, comma d plus k also will be in AP. Okay, same way, if you subtract k, the constant, okay, the fixed number from each term of that AP, then again the resulting sequence will be an AP only. Okay, same way if you multiply to each term, okay, by this k, okay, then the resulting sequence will be also in AP only. Same way if you divide by k, suppose k is not equal to 0, okay, then you will get the same, okay, that the resulting sequence will be also in AP. Next is arithmetic mean of A and C. So let's say we have got 3 numbers A, B, C in AP. Okay, so A, B, C are in AP. Then B, the middle term, okay, is called arithmetic mean of A and C. Okay, and it is written as B equal to A plus C upon 2. So if you have got 3 numbers, then the middle one is nothing but, if you have got 3 numbers in AP, then the middle number is arithmetic mean of the first and the third number. Okay, and this is how it is written. So when you are given 2 numbers, let's say A and C, and you are asked to find the arithmetic mean, so in that case it is easy. You can simply find the write A plus C divided by 2, so that we will get the arithmetic mean of A and C. But suppose you have got 2 numbers A and B, and you are asked to give n number of arithmetic mean between A and B. Okay, so in that case what we will do is, firstly we will find, okay, D, the common difference. Okay, and this is how the common difference is given, D equal to B minus A upon n plus 1, because here we have got A and B, 2 numbers are there, A and B, and we have to insert how many? We have to find n number of arithmetic mean between A and B. So firstly what we will do is we will find the common difference. Okay, so D will be given as b minus a upon n plus 1. Okay, and then let's say the n number of arithmetic means are denoted by this m1 m2 dash 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 mn. Okay, so those arithmetic mean will be given by this m1 is equal to a plus 1 time d. Okay, and d is nothing but b minus a upon n plus 1. Same way the second arithmetic mean will be a plus 2d. Okay, and so on. Now let us move on to the exercise 16.2b. Question number 1. Question number 1. Find the 10th and 15th terms of 2, 6, 10, 14. So clearly you can see that 6 minus 2 is 4, 10 minus 6 is 4, 14 minus 10 is 4. So this sequence is in AP. Okay. So here the first term a1 is equal to 2 and the common difference d is equal to 6 minus 2, that is 4. And we are supposed to find the 10th term and the 15th term. So we know the general term of an AP, that is given by an equal to a1 plus n minus 1 into d. So that's how the 10th term will be written as a1 plus 10 minus 1 into d. Substitute the values, you will get the 10th term. Same way you can find the 15th term. Okay. Question number 2.1. If the 5th and 12th terms of an AP are 14 and 35 respectively, find the first term and the common difference. Okay, so here of an AP, 5th and 12th terms are given 14 and 35 respectively, and we are supposed to find the first term of that AP and the common difference of that AP. Okay, so firstly we'll write down whatever is given to us. Okay, so given a5 is equal to 14, a12 equal to 35. So by the general definition of the nth term, a5 means a1 plus 4d is equal to 14. Same way a12 means a1 plus 11d equal to 35. Okay, now you can see equation 1, equation 2. Okay, so we have got simultaneous equations, so we have to solve these two equations, and that's how we can find a1 and d. So rest you all can do by yourself. Question number 5.1. Insert 3 arithmetic means between 2 and 10. So here two numbers are given, a is equal to 2, b is equal to 10, and we have to insert 3 arithmetic means. So let the arithmetic means be m1, m2 and m3, the required one. Okay, between 2 and 10. So now the first arithmetic mean m1 will be written as the first a. Okay, so 2 plus 1 time, okay, and the common difference. So how do we find the common difference? So 10 minus 2 upon 3 plus 1. So whatever we are required to find 3 arithmetic means, so we have to write 3 plus 1 extra. Okay, so next m2 will be 2 plus 2 times, okay, the common difference. So 10 minus 2 upon 3 plus 1, and same way you can find the third arithmetic mean. Question number 6.1. The sum of 3 numbers in AP is 15 and the product is 80. Find them. So here they are saying that there are 3 numbers in AP and their sum is 15 and the product is 80. Find them. So we have to find those 3 numbers. So let those 3 numbers be a minus d, a plus d. Okay, clearly you can see these are in AP. Okay, where d is nothing but common difference. According to question, sum of these 3 should be 15. So a minus d plus a plus in bracket a plus d is equal to 15. You can, when you open the bracket, you will see that minus d and plus d will get cancelled. So you are left with 3, a is equal to 15, a is 5. Okay, so you got the value of a. Okay, further in the question is saying that their product is 80. That means a minus d into a plus d is equal to 80. So you simplify this, okay, and you will get a square minus d square into a. In place of a I can put 5 because we have already found it. Okay, then simplify this, okay, and then you can get the value of d. So here you are getting d equal to plus minus 3. So when you take d equal to 3, in that case the 3 numbers will be given as this. A minus d will be equal to 2, a will be simply 5, a plus d will be 8. Okay, so 2, 5, 8 are in AP. And next, if you take d equal to minus 3, in that case a minus d will be equal to 8, a will be 5, a plus d will be equal to 2. So 8, 5, 2 are in AP. Okay, so the numbers are either 2, 5, 8 or 8, 5, 2. Okay, now let us see the next question. Question number 7.1. Find the sum of the series. Okay, so here you can see 2 plus 7 plus 12 plus 17 plus 102. If you observe, 7 minus 2 is 5, 12 minus 7 is 5, 17 minus 12 is 5, so on. So this is nothing but in AP. Okay, these terms are in AP. Okay, and we have to find the sum. Okay, so in order to find the sum of this series, we must know, okay, we must know how many terms are there, how many terms are being added. I know the first term, I know the common difference, okay, but I don't know how many terms are being added. So I have to find out. So how to find how many terms are there? So we know that the last term is 102. Okay, so let us assume this. The last term is the nth term. Okay, so here a1 is 2 and d is your 5, and we have to find how many terms are being added. So I'm assuming the last term to be the nth term. So an is equal to 102. So but the an means what? A1 plus n minus 1 into d is equal to 102. A1 we know it's 2, d we know it's 5. Then put these values, simplify it, and you get n equal to 21. So now we know that there are 21 terms. First term is 2 and the common difference is 5. So Sn equal to n upon 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to find the sum of n terms. Simply substitute the values and you will get the answer. So 1092. Question number 9.1, given third term is 7, the sixth term is 13, then find S20. Okay, so here two terms of an AP are given, okay, and they want you to find the sum of the first 20 terms. So you know that this is the formula to find the sum of n terms. So n is needed, a1 is needed, and d is needed. Yes, but right now I know n. Okay, I know n, 20 terms are to be added, but I don't know the first term, I don't know the d. Okay, so here a3 is equal to 7, that means a1 plus 2d is equal to 7. A6 is equal to 13, that means a1 plus 5d is equal to 13. Solve these two equations and from there you can get your a1 and d. Okay, so once you get a1 and d, already you know the n, so you can find the S20. Okay, so simply substitute the values and you will get the answer. Okay, question number 9.2, given. Here it's given that the ratio of 7th to the third terms of an AP is 12:5. Find the ratio of the 13th to 4th term. Okay, so in an AP, ratio of 7th to the third term is 12:5, and we are supposed to find the ratio of 30th to the 4th term. Okay, so here A7 is to A3 is equal to 12:5. So A7 upon A3 is equal to 12 upon 5. A7 means what? A1 plus 6d, and A3 means A1 plus 2d. And now do the cross multiplication, and that's how you get 7a1 is equal to 6d. That means a1 is nothing but 6 upon 7 into d. Okay, so leave it till here. Now what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find a13 is to a4. That means a13 upon a4. So a13 upon a4 is equal to a1 plus 12d upon a1 plus 3d. Okay, now in place of a1, okay, this a1 can be written in terms of d from this. Yes, so I can write 6 upon 7d. Down also I can write 6 upon 7d. Now simplify this and d will get cancelled and you're left with 10 upon 3. That means 10:3. Okay, so this is all for today. Okay.